Hi everyone, Tom Vogel, Wrestling's Finest, PC game. I'm kind of on a roll here with videos, so I thought I'd put one more together, at least one more for now. And the previous one I just did a bounty match where Abdullah the Butcher was trying to collect a bounty on Wahoo McDaniel, and it did not go well at all for Abdullah. He ended up, in the last match we ran, well, for one of them, he got put to sleep, and then the last one I ran, he saw Wahoo had turned the tide, and Abdullah said, "I want no more of this," and took off, run into the dressing room, and not to be seen again. So, carrying on that angle, in my world, what I had said, Roddy Piper had put a bounty on Wahoo, and it didn't work. So Roddy Piper came on and basically said, sometimes, Mr. Cotto, when you got to take care of a situation, you just got to take care of it yourself. And this Wahoo McDaniel running around thinking he's all that Mr. Tough Guy, he's going to find out why they call me Roddy Piper. And this Friday night in Charlotte, I am going to end the career of Wahoo McDaniel, and once and for all, I'll be all done with him. And just like that, Wahoo McDaniel will be gone. So anyway, what I'm going to do here is Roddy Piper's going to take on Wahoo, but Wahoo is so mad at Piper for putting the bounty on his head, we're going to call this, or we're going to use the feature in the game called Wrestler Has a Grudge. And so how it works, we're going to go down here and we're going to select Wahoo McDaniel, the face version, right there. And then we're going to come down here and we are going to use the LMNOP. We're going to find Hot Rod Piper, the 80 and later, his big Mid-Atlantic run. And we're going to let the computer control Wahoo, and I will control Piper. We're ready to go. Now, like we did last time, specialty match description. I don't know if we have it in for Wrestler Has a Grudge, but let's take a look here. I think Gary was reminding me that we need to have a write-up for a couple matches we don't have, and I think this is one of those we don't have. The Wrestler Has a Grudge. But basically what it is, oh, here it is, Wrestler Has a Grudge. Sometimes a face cannot take it anymore and winning the match becomes secondary. This occurs when the face has been injured, family has been insulted, suffered repeated sneak attacks, etc. Welcome to the Wrestler Who Has a Grudge. The Wrestler Has a Grudge. The face will do anything and everything he can to inflict punishment on his opponent. Expect more DQs and shorter matches when using Wrestler Has a Grudge. Very similar to the bounty match in that respect. This is the type of situation that can really backfire on the face. If feasible, consider trading legal hammering moves to illegal hammering moves for the face. Under options, trading holds, uncheck the top box for the face and leave it checked for the heel, and keep the 90-point cut rule. So, as it said, what happened to Wahoo? We're pretending, something had happened to him, and we're going to say it was because Piper had put a bounty on him. So Wahoo is livid right now. So what we're going to do here is we are going to set our match type, and it's Wrestler Has a Grudge. And here you will see who has the grudge, and it's always, you never want to click it for a heel. It's always the face. He's the one who has the grudge. So you're going to click that. If you see, if you try to click both, it wipes out the first one because only one can be doing the grudge. Like the bounty match, the grudge match has its own chart, which replaces the outside the ring chart. Some of the results on the grudge match will say check the result on outside ring, and only Wahoo will use the grudge match chart. Just like in the last video, Abdullah was the only wrestler who used the bounty match. It's match specific. So if Piper has outside ring, he'll use the regular outside ring chart. We'll see what results come up here, but they're definitely point specific for the face. So we're going to click accept, and then up here it said under options, but we changed the top line. So here's Wahoo. It said uncheck his top box. So we're going to go OK, And then let's look at trade hold recommendations. I'm not going to worry about Piper. Wahoo has no trades, but what we're going to do, since this is a grudge match, we're going to move some of it. We're going to take rid of the arm hold. We're going to take out the, we're going to take out throws and drags, and we're going to take out, you know what, let's take out neck holds, but let's leave the arm holds in only because I'm looking at the counters we're giving up. Piper only has a counter of 3, so we might as well keep that one in there. But what we want to do is let's move out of forearms and let's move out of whip into ropes, because Piper has a pretty good counter. So what we're going to trade him to, though, since he has a grudge, and Wahoo's big thing is throat chops, he's just going to chop the hell out of Piper. So we're going to trade that to throat chops. I usually only do 2 at most. So what's another illegal move we can do? Low blow, punches, choking, biting. Let's go with biting. So anytime Wahoo would have attempted a forearm, whip ropes, neck holds, it's going to go to throat chop, biting, because he just wants to do as much damage as he can to Piper. So we're going to click OK, done, and now we're ready to go. Now, what's interesting here is if you click this, I didn't even have to click it, but in a grudge match, the face will always attack the Piper or the opponent. He will try to, at least. You know, a pre-match attack. This time, Piper sees Wahoo coming through the ropes and nails him with several punches, reduce stamina by 20. So Piper's off to a good start here. Piper's a little overconfident, which causes him to make a mistake and lose control. That's the auto control loss. Point something out here, as long as we're here. Piper's auto control loss is 75-87, then he has a 5. Keep that in mind here real quick. Wahoo is 75-87 and a 4. So for this match, Piper's 75-87 doesn't change. I'm kind of thinking Wahoo maybe should have a 5 for that, so I'll have to consider changing that. But anyway, back to the match. Wahoo uses a double throat chop, illegal, to wear Piper down, -8. Wahoo nails with a few cheap shots when refusing the referee's order to break, turnbuckle. Wahoo's already going for specialty, big chop, 12, no pin attempt. Possible DQ for Piper. He is going to use a strategy card. Collar elbow results in neither wrestler gaining any advantage. Wrestlers release the hold. Wahoo again specialty, Indian Deathlock. Now, we've had controversy on specialty or submission moves. I do not check it if the third one's a 0. I had talked about taking this out so I don't have to cancel it, but I decided to leave it in. But I don't like checking for something when I know it's impossible. So I just click cancel. And the advantage to clicking cancel, by the way, is let me show you something here. Wahoo's specialty moves, Indian Deathlock, his control is 38. If ropes would have came up, had I checked for that submission move and ropes came up, we would have to go back to original control, and Wahoo's a 15, Piper's a 15, so they offset. That would mean Wahoo would be in control from 1 to 20 and Piper 21 to 40. Since I canceled it, Wahoo will remain in control from 1 to 38 and Piper will only be in control 39 and 40. That's why I cancel out of submission moves when the last number is a 0, because you're actually penalizing Wahoo if you do the check, because it's impossible for him to submit at that point, and it hurts Wahoo's chance of staying in control. And why would I want to do that? So, why take the advantage away? So let's continue. Wahoo has a suplex attempt countered. Piper unloads a barrage of punches to Wahoo's face. Piper kicks him. Turnbuckle, mounts a second turnbuckle and delivers a series of punches to Wahoo, and he's going to go for the pin. Doesn't even get a 1 count. Countered, Wahoo ankle twist lock on Piper, -4. Throat chop, another 8 off Piper. Opponent is using a strategy card. We're not going to nullify it. Wahoo stopped himself from being DQ'd. Wahoo delivers a series of chops. Again, illegal throat chop. See here, traded move. So that means whatever we traded out of it was forearms, whip into ropes. I don't remember what the third one was, but remember we traded those. And in this case, it was traded to the throat chop like we selected. So that's 8 off Piper. Piper's not doing very well. Stomps Piper in his shoulder, 6 off. One more move probably, and Piper will go to his next level. Arm hold, 4 off. He's 1. Submission, we cancel. It's 4 off. So Piper's now in his next stamina level. Let's look at what Piper has for stamina cards, strategy cards, or luck cards. Outside help, intentionally gets counted out. Outside help, stops DQ. Ooh, specific specialty hold. Hot Rod Piper. Let's look here. Oh, I'm seeing foreign object maybe. So I typically won't look at the computer's cards. I just kind of like to be surprised. But anyway, Wahoo specialty move, pile driver. 40, 44. Okay, 1, 2. Now I'm going to click strategy. This pauses it and gives me a chance to think. Kind of a little sneaky thing to do. But I want to make the right decision, and sometimes I maybe have the speed check a little too fast. So this stops it. So do I want to call for outside help? Piper gets pinned 1, 2, 3, 4, but kicks out 5 to 40. We can also have INT or ropes come up. I'm going to try to let him power through it and get out of it. So I'm going to click no on the strategy card. 36, so Piper powered out. Okay, Wahoo, Piper misses an obvious open, loses control. Wahoo's countered. Piper's countered. Another chop. If you look at Wahoo, see, I love Wahoo's card. His legal, first of all, he has a high number of hammering that gets you to the, and 30 of his 48 are legal. And look at here, he has 17 to 29 chops. That's, I mean, his control's 37. They're brutal. And then the illegal, he has 16. Because Wahoo would rather throw a chop than a punch. So, really like the way Wahoo's rated. Stomps him, throat chop. Roddy Piper's control jabs a thumb into Wahoo's throat while holding him in a headlock. So it's considered a choke. Action is happening for wrestler as a grudge. Piper has control, gets it countered. Wahoo's relentless attack. This came on, now, pretty cool thing here. Piper had outside ring come up. He goes to the outside ring chart. It gets countered. Wahoo now gets to go to his grudge match to see what he's going to try, and his relentless attack has inflicted incredible damage on Roddy Piper. Minus 25, plus his mouth is cut, minus 10. Okay, after successful hold. So do we want to counter Wahoo doing this? Yeah, we are. So Piper used one of his, so he has outside help, get counted out, stop DQ, and that specialty. I want to try to see if Piper can get him to the next level. I don't know, though. Wow, another chop. Piper turns the tables. He screws up. Wahoo isn't able to take advantage. Another no action. Piper now assumes control. He takes 6 off, so we're down to 26. Backslide. Doesn't even get a 1 count. Kick, minus 6. We're getting closer, 17. Corks a series of chops to Wahoo. 12 to go. Piper goes for a headlock, but McDaniel is ready and blocks the attempt, assuming control. Hamstring stretch, no action. Wahoo gets countered. Piper has to take advantage of this. Deep underhook and arm drags Wahoo. 1, 2. No, he doesn't get it. But he got him down to 8, so we're getting close to that next level. Here we go, flying shoulder block. 1, Doesn't get a 2 even. All right, now here's where where I love the strategy cards or luck cards, because luck meaning you don't know what's going to get assigned. Stamina, Piper 165, Wahoo 81. Look at Piper's pin rating, 35, 34, 3. We're getting to the state where Wahoo lands a couple big moves, and Piper's going to even get closer to that next level. And if Wahoo lands a specialty move, Piper's in deep trouble. He can call for outside help to get disqualified, which he would probably do, but I'm kind of hitting the panic button here. Typically, I might not play this strategy card this soon, but I'm going to. And what I'm going to try here is we're going to go specialty, specific specialty. We're going to play it. Let's see if we first get the opportunity. Wahoo had a strategy counter card, so he countered my wanting to play a strategy card. You know, that was a good, very good move by Wahoo. He said, nope, I got a counter card. I'm going to stop it. Beauty of the strategy cards. Hope you're watching, Herman. Piper sucker punches. Gets countered. Wahoo, a bunch of stomps to the back. We got a 1, 2. Nope, Roddy kicks out. Wahoo, big chop to the midsection. Wahoo stomping away. Headlock and punches him in the forehead. Damn, top wrist lock. Body slam. Wahoo twists Roddy Piper's head as he applies a snug headlock. Look at this. Piper's in his next level. Things are not going well. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to play this card. We're going to call for outside help anytime. I just don't like the way this match is going. However, I don't know what to do here, folks. We are... See if we can turn the tide. Wahoo for brutal body slam. See, Piper got control, but auto control lost, so Wahoo's back on. And oh, jeez. Action. Wahoo has body slam on floor, minus 19. This just can't go on. We're going to call for any time outside help. There's going to be a good chance Piper gets DQ'd, but not as good as a chance as if he was getting pinned. So we're just hoping maybe we can turn the tide here. So we're going to play this card, see what happens. Keeping us in the dark here. Still in the dark. Must be a long text. Sometimes that happens. Alright, so what happened here is Piper called for outside help. Is disqualified for Allies interference at 24-34. What I do want to show you here, hold on just a second. With our updated text files, once everything gets implemented, one of these results would have been what explained the outside interference. So here we could have Ally, who has been pacing at ringside, slides into the ring and starts stomping loser. Ally then delivers a specialty move on loser, meaning Wahoo, and leaves him lying. Winner's DQ'd for outside interference. So that will give us a little bit more explanation than what we have now. And you know, we got a lot. I think I've said we have a lot of new text files being added. So for now, we got the Allies interference. Now, if you're running your own territory or wrestling world, you get to decide. I look at it as an advantage. Some people wish it would tell you who, but you get to pick who that ally was. Excuse me. You pick whoever you want. You can pick a new guy coming to the territory. If you want to say get Piper out of this feud with Wahoo, you could say Magnificent Morocco attacked him, and now Wahoo is going to kind of move on from Piper, and he's going to turn his attention to Wahoo or to Morocco, where Piper can now turn his attention to somebody else. This way, Piper doesn't lose the feud, so to speak. You know, he lives to fight another day with Wahoo, but instead of burying Piper by having him get pinned, Piper, in a way, gracefully gets to back out, because now Wahoo will come on next week and say, you know, I had Piper beat in the middle of the ring. Everybody saw it. And then that lowlife Morocco jumped in the ring and attacked me and left me for dead. And I won't forget this, Morocco, because someplace you and me are going to hook up, pal. Okay? Hardly even mention Piper's name in that. So now Morocco can come out and say, I don't like you, McDaniel. That's why I attacked you. And if you think you can do something about it anytime, any place. Piper comes out, he doesn't say anything other than he'll probably insult somebody else, and that will move him into some other direction. That way, if you're in a smaller territory, the Piper Wahoo thing is, for the moment, put on the back burner, but later it can be brought back, and then they both can say, you know, we have unfinished business. Let's get it settled. But for now, you can move on. So I think we had 2 or 3 results from the grudge match chart. You know, I don't want these specialty like grudge and bounty matches. I don't want them to like just completely dominate a match, but I want them to give a little different spin on things. So before we leave, I want to click this, and I was waiting. So let's click post-match to action, because everything I just said about Wahoo moving on could change with one click. So let's go post-match action. It's going to be Roddy Piper. I'm going to go OK. Roddy Piper and Wahoo McDaniel brawl out of the ring, up the arena aisles, and back to the dressing room. Several fans are injured in the melee. Now, had this occurred, probably how I would have said it is Wahoo, you know, after being attacked by Morocco, threw Morocco out of the ring, only to have Piper attack him from behind. They start fighting, they fall out of the ring, and now they brawl all the way up the arena aisles and back to the dressing room. Several fans are injured. This case, I would forget about Morocco even jumping in there. That's kind of a footnote now. Now, at the interviews, Wahoo can say, Piper, you and me, we got to settle this. We're back in the ring, you know, next week. And Piper comes out, you know, Wahoo, you're lucky that, you know, you're lucky I didn't hurt you for good. So this case, you keep it going, because not too often are you going to let this type of result, you know, hang out there. So Piper, McDaniel will continue on. Morocco probably will just kind of, in a way, go away from the Wahoo situation. You know, maybe Morocco come out and say, McDaniel, I haven't forgot about you, but if there's anything left when Piper's done with you, then I'll, you know, finish you off. But I'm sure Roddy will take care of that himself. It gets him out of the Morocco thing, and it keeps Piper then in the forefront. So a lot of different ways you can go with all this. By the way, you can do save match text if you want to save this. Choose a name, and it will save it to the save matches folder. Just so you know, if you want to, if something special happened or you like to keep some of your matches, you can go ahead and click it. So that covers it, I think, here for our Wrestler Has a Grudge. I'm going to review all the videos I've done, and I'll probably post a message over at the Delphi Forum, Wrestling's Finest. Type that in Google and find out if people have any other suggestions, what they might like to see. If not, I'll probably continue on with some of the other specialty matches. I always appreciate you taking time from your busy, hectic schedules to watch these videos, and you know, I try to keep them around 20 minutes. This one's going to be about 24, but sometimes things happen in a match that you got to explain. But again, thank you for stopping in, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And Tom Vogel, Wrestling's Finest PC Game, saying so long.